Good morning. My name is Angie Urban. I go by she, her pronouns. I have always considered myself tall until my children outgrew me. I have long brown hair with glittering sparkles of gray, and I have a white blouse on. I'm happy to serve as the worship associate this morning and to call us to worship with these words. By Linda Hart, To Pause on the Journey. Every day is a new start, every year a beginning, or so we'd like to believe. And we don't know, we can't anticipate where we will go, what will happen, what delights await, what heartbreaks will tear us open, the paths unexpected that open before us. Even knowing that we lean our lives in particular ways, focus on particular moments, incline our attention to what is in our hearts and lives and hands to offer. We know for sure that ours is ongoing, finding what is on the path and off, and giving and creating what we can. We come here amidst the discoveries and delights, the worries and the woes, to find a moment of connection, to pause on the journey in gratitude and sorrow. It is good to be together. A flaming chalice has been one symbol of Unitarian Universalism for many decades, a symbol of hope, of reason, of the spark of the divine that shines in all of us. We join our siblings in faith each Sunday by lighting our chalice here in our sanctuary. For those of us joining online, we invite you to light a flame wherever you are as we kindle our flame with these words. One Love by Reverend Hope Johnson. And this is found in the Voices from the Margins, a UUA meditation. We are one, a diverse group of proudly kindred spirits. We choose to journey together, taking risks, opening up, making mistakes, paying attention, asking questions, learning to love our neighbors, learning to love ourselves. And now rise and body your spirit for our opening song, number 346 in the gray hymnal, Come Sing a Song with Me.
Where the hope is hard to find, and That's the only thing that goes wrong today. That's eases my mind. It might be out of juice, but thanks. So, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Urbana-Champaign. We are people of many ages, histories, genders, bodies, identities, and beliefs who are connected by a shared commitment to our mission to build community, seek inspiration, promote justice, and find peace. My name is Cindy Ingold, and I'm a member of the worship committee. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a short, middle-aged white woman with brown hair to my shoulders and bangs. And I have on a really vividly colored shirt today with greens and purples and oranges that was the closest thing I could come to find that looked like the universe. If you are a visitor today, we bid you a special welcome and invite you to complete a connection card if you'd like to learn more about the life of the church and be added to our weekly newsletter. And if you're joining us via our live stream, please say hello in the YouTube chat and know that you too are welcome this morning. Please look around at the color-coded lanyards of your neighbors and be aware and respectful of others' needs and boundaries. We are a congregation of all ages, which means we embrace all the noises and little interruptions our kids can bring into a Sunday morning. As always, people of any age are invited to grab a coloring pack from the box just outside the doors, and if you want to keep your hands busy. If you need more space to stretch, wiggle around, just make a bathroom break, you can also go anytime across the entryway into Fellowship Hall, where the service will be live streamed. Kids of all ages are welcome. Actually, I just found out that today is an all ages service, which I did not know. So, anyway, kids of all ages will stay here for the service, which we do once a month. We have an all ages service. But we do, however, have a nursery available for little ones, 5 and under, if families feel that it is a better choice for them. Okay? I now invite you to bid each other welcome this morning by turning to a neighbor or writing in the YouTube chat to say hello. I'll ring our chime to begin and end our time of communal welcome. So I do have a story for all the younger ones here, young at heart, as well as the children. If you want to come up to the front, it's called The Universe and You. So come join me if you'd like. I will turn on this microphone. Okay. Oops. Hello? Okay. Anyone else? I can't see behind me because I don't have eyes in the back of my head. So this is for all the people out there to see. because they can't probably see up here. So this is called the universe in you. Daylight dims. Darkness tiptoes in. You're tucked in tight for a warm and cozy night. The earth beneath you seems solid, still, but gently, ever so gently, it spins, lulling you to sleep. And while you sleep, our beautiful blue Earth and 7 other planets circle the sun in our solar system. Earth orbits the sun around and around, carrying majestic mountains, bellowing bullfrogs, delicate daisies, and you, silently sleeping, snoozing. And while you sleep, dreaming big dreams, our fiery sun and billions, that's a lot, billions of other bright stars swirl and whirl around our gorgeous galaxy, the Milky Way. And while you still sleep, dreaming even bigger dreams, billions of galaxies, each with their own swirling, whirling stars, slowly slide away from each other in the ever-expanding expanse of space, our universe. So you think the universe is big? Really, really, really big. And then, in the blink of an eye, it happened. Right on cue, our glorious sun peaks above Earth's horizon. The sun's rays soar millions of miles through space, sending warm light to sparkling streams, towering trees, and hungry hummingbirds. Have you seen hummingbirds in your yard? No, they're kind of hard to see. They go really fast. And you, silently stirring you. And when you wake, all the galaxies in the universe, all the stars in the Milky Way, all the planets in the solar system are still moving, circling, and swirling. Darkness is gone, daylight is dawned, and you're ready to play on this brand new day. Okay, well, thanks for coming up. If you want to go back to your seats now and sit with your families for the rest of the service. Oh. Each week, we practice spiritual generosity by making space for the joys and sorrows we carry with us whenever we gather. We begin this practice with an embodied ritual of singing a blessing song. And today, you'll be invited to come up during that song to drop a stone for a sorrow or a petal for a joy into our shared bowls of water. This week, we will not be sharing joys and sorrows out loud, but you are still invited to submit your joys and sorrows on a card or email to joysandsorrows@uucuc.org, and they will be shared later via e-news. If you need a joys and sorrow card and there aren't any in your pew, raise your hand and one of the ushers will bring you one. I invite you now to come forward, if you are moved to do so, as we sing, May the Longtime Sun.
Just a brief little change, because we got one in the email that, joys and sorrows in the email that we wanted to share in case any of you had heard the news. We've mentioned several times about David Gross, and a longtime member. He was actually in the hospital this past week, and he's been going through some cancer treatments, but thankfully he sent a message saying that he's at Meadowbrook in Urbana in the hospice program, so that's a good thing. So if any of you were wondering what the update is, he's in recovery at the moment. And we have a few others, but we'll hold off on those for now. We'll take a look, but thank you so much for sharing. Cindy.
See, we can pivot when we need to. So, what does it mean to listen to the universe? To listen to the universe means to develop awareness of the subtle signs, patterns, and synchronicities in life, and to connect with your intuition and inner guidance to find deeper meaning and direction. It involves cultivating a receptive and positive mindset, paying attention to meaningful coincidences, trusting your gut feelings, and recognizing how your thoughts and intentions influence your reality. There are many ways to cultivate this, to cultivate this practice of listening. You can engage in things like meditation or yoga to heighten your surroundings of the present moment. You can tune into your intuition. Develop trust in your gut feelings and inner voice, as these are seen as direct lines to the universe's guidance. Notice synchronicities. Be open to meaningful coincidences that seem to carry a deeper message or point you in a particular direction. Reflect on experiences. Take time to reflect on your daily experiences and the events in your life. to discern deeper meanings and lessons. In essence, listening to the universe is about becoming a more active and receptive participant in life, trusting your inner wisdom and recognizing the meaningful guidance that appears in the world around you.
We live our mission at this congregation by connecting day to day and week to week through the opportunities both within and beyond our walls. We invite you to subscribe to and read our weekly e-news to stay up to date on all the activities offered through our faith development program and our congregational life and social action councils. This morning, I have a few things to highlight, and then I will invite our guest speaker up. This Friday, September 5th at 6 p.m., the Racial Justice Book Group is sponsoring a film screening, Nickel Boys, based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of the same name, of the title of the same name by Colson Whitehead. Folding chairs, beanbag chairs, an assortment of beverages and popcorn will be provided. But feel free to bring your own blankets or pillows, dinner or other snacks that you'd like to have to keep cozy. The Adult Faith Development Team and Quack are excited to celebrate and collaborate on a 4-part series to discuss the 2024 to 2025 UU Common Read, known as Authentic Selves, celebrating trans and non-binary people and their families. Participants are invited to tell their own stories and deepen understanding of how gender identity has shaped our lives. Please register online by September 14th, which means we only have 2 weeks left. And if you have questions, feel free to contact Barbara Hudgings or myself. Will be in Fellowship Hall after the service. And one more shout out. Sign up to perform or volunteer for our first coffee house of the church year, which will take place on Saturday, September 20th at 7 p.m. Performers and participants of all ages are encouraged to join in the fun. And now I'd like to ask Pat Nolan to come up.
Good morning. I'm Pat Nolan, a former volunteer and supporter of our September shared offering, the Immigration Project. The Immigration Project was founded in 1995 with the goal of ensuring legal access to the immigrant populations of downstate Illinois. Project attorneys and immigration specialists travel to meet with clients in 7 regional locations: Bloomington Normal, Champaign-Urbana, Kankakee, Peoria, Springfield, Carbondale, and Monmouth. The organization offers more than 100 regional clinics and workshops and uses a rural regional approach to legal representation across 86 counties. Their attorneys are full-time and aided by a social services component, which can assist with housing, coordination of public benefits, and educational programs for clients and allies. The Immigration Project serves over 1,000 clients a year. Obviously, their biggest need is money to run all these programs. However, there are volunteer opportunities. These include clerical assistance, high-level language skills, particularly French, Spanish, Lingala, and Kanjabal. Volunteers can also serve as social service case assistants and receive training for the role of community navigator. We at UUC have benefited from programs prepared for us by the Immigration Project, programs on Know Your Rights for Allies and Rapid Response. They are an important partner to the work of our immigrant justice team. We thank you.
Each Sunday, in recognition of our very real interdependence and reliance on each other, we pass the plate and share our offering with an organization doing the work of justice in the world, just as you heard Pat describe for the month of September. But some of you may have looked at the calendar while Pat was speaking and said, September doesn't happen until tomorrow. That's right. Today, our shared offering partner is still for the month of August, which is See You at Home, which stands as a local beacon for social justice through its relational and transformative approach to homelessness. They offer not just shelter, but meaningful pathways to stability, employment, community, and dignity. Their holistic programming addresses immediate needs while seeking broader systemic change, and we are honored to partner with them, this concluding today, this month. Don't forget what Pat says, because tomorrow is September, a new month. Thank you, Pat. You can give through Realm and via online, the portal that we have on our website, or if you're here in the sanctuary, the basket will be passed, and checks can be made out to UUCUC, and in the memo, put shared offering. Half of all non-pledged donations will go towards sustaining the work of this church, and the other half will go directly to our shared offering partner. The ushers will come forward as our offertory music begins, and we invite you to give whatever is generous for you. This is also the time, if there are other joys and sorrows, like we said, we're not going to read them today, but we will certainly share that with our minister and make sure that each one of you gets the touch back that you need. Thank you.
Back in January, at my first meeting of the worship committee, which was actually a gathering at Angie's house, Reverend Beth asked us if we had any ideas for worship services, ones that we could lead. I said I had one, and for now, let's call it Listening to the Universe, or How I Survived My Sabbatical from Hell. I soon realized this title was problematic. After all, here I am talking to you about the 9 months when I did not have to go into work every day. As a university faculty member, I have the rare privilege of applying for sabbaticals. I know what a gift that is, and if anybody deserves sabbaticals, it's public school teachers. I also realized that the 9 months I had off from November 16th, 2022 to August 15th, 2023 wasn't hell. It was just life. Because I had 9 months where I didn't have to go to work, I had planned some travel. Now, I know many of you frequently travel, many of you in this congregation, but for me, this was a real treat. I was going to go on 3 trips in the span of 6 to 7 months, and I was really excited. Of course, I did other things during my sabbatical, including research, which is the thing you're supposed to focus on during this time away from your daily activities. However, it was during these trips and the events surrounding them where the messages from the universe were coming through very loudly and very clearly. And so that's why I chose to focus on talking about them today. My first trip went pretty well. I spent Thanksgiving with my best friend Dee and her husband Paul. And then on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 3 of us flew to Las Vegas. Paul often attended a conference in Vegas during that week, and Dee and I had talked about how great it would be if I could come along sometime. Well, because I wasn't working, I could go this time. Dee and Paul had visited Vegas many times, and Dee really loved the place. While Paul attended his conference sessions during the day, Dee and I would explore the city, including her showing me all the casinos she had been to on previous trips. It was a happy, relaxing trip, but it was also subdued, because by this time, Dee had been fighting ovarian cancer for 2.5 years, and I could tell that she was struggling. When I got back to Urbana, I was exhausted and I had a terrible cough. I thought it was just a cold, but to be on the safe side, I took a COVID test and it was positive. Now, if I had really been paying attention to the universe that December and the messages, I would have seen this as a clear sign, because during previous periods of my life, when the universe was speaking to me, it always had something to do with my body, started in my body. For my second trip, I went to Savannah, Georgia with 2 friends that I often travel with. We had our own personal guide to the city because another mutual friend spent 6 weeks there in Savannah every winter. On the second day of that trip, I woke up feeling awful. And I had a bad cough, lots of chest congestion, and I was really tired. A COVID test came back negative. So I rallied, and with lots of rest and cough syrup, drinking plenty of water, I did manage to enjoy the trip, even in my weakened state. My friends and I returned to Urbana on a Saturday around 4 p.m. And when I went to sleep that night around 10 p.m., I thought I was feeling okay. When I woke up the next day, it was noon, and I felt awful. I was sick for 3 weeks, and I remember thinking to myself, I haven't been this sick in a long time. I didn't have a fever, and a COVID test that I took was negative, so I didn't bother going to the doctor. I just did what the doctor would have told me. Eat well, drink plenty of fluids, and sleep. And I remember thinking how grateful I was that I was off work, because I would have missed a lot of work if I, had been going into work. It was during these weeks of self-imposed hibernation when I first thought, I think the universe is trying to tell me something. I look back now and I think, duh, that wasn't a subtle sign from the universe. This was a 2-ton weight that dropped on me and flattened me, just like in the old Monty Python episodes. I emerged from my cocoon in April, but I was still feeling quite tired, and the beginning of allergy season didn't help. In mid-May, I was supposed to take my 3rd trip to New York City for a long weekend. I skipped this one completely. And I remember when I finally made the decision not to go, I felt a great deal of relief, not disappointment. The New York City trip was packed with activities, and I just knew I'd probably go and end up sleeping in the hotel, and sleeping in my own bed was much more appealing. Then came June. And by this time, I was starting to get what the universe was telling me in sharper detail. Slow down, it said. Plans are just plans, and they often don't work out. Listen to your body and take care of yourself. During these months, I was in contact with my friend Dee, but only via text. I reached out a few times and asked if I could visit, that is, when I wasn't sick myself, but she always said no. That's fine, I texted. Then how about a phone call? When she said she wasn't even up for that, I knew things were serious. In late June, I received a text from Paul's sister-in-law saying Dee was in the hospital. I called Peggy, and she said Dee was very likely near the end. So when I got a text from Paul a few days later saying I should come up, I quickly threw things in a suitcase and drove up to the Northwestern Hospital in Huntley, Illinois, where Dee was. Among the friends and family members visiting Dee those last days, Paul, myself, and a beloved sister-in-law, Christy, were with her when she died on July 7th, 2023. It was heartbreaking, of course, but it was also a really beautiful and profound experience. I had never been with someone, not even my parents, where I saw the person actually take their last breath. We had a celebration of Dee's life in late July, and when I returned to Urbana, I realized I only had about 3 weeks of my sabbatical left. At this point, I just wanted to go to a beach, lie on the beach, and totally relax for a few days. Well, as you know, Central Illinois is not the place for beaches. So, along with the same 2 friends I'd been traveling with since February, we rented a little cabin on a lake in southern Illinois. This trip was a total disaster. I won't bore you with the details, but by then I was like, oh my God, can I please go back to work now? I was starting to feel cursed. I did go back to work on August 16th, 2023. I was glad to be back, not just because of how the previous 9 months had gone, But because I knew work would provide a distraction from the grief and sorrow that I was feeling, I can best describe my demeanor during the fall of 2023 and into 2024 as slow and quiet. And those of you who know me well know I like to talk, so it wasn't usual. I came in every day and did what I had to do, but I didn't interact much with people, either at work or in my personal life. I needed this time to grieve alone, and gradually I did begin to heal. Some of you know how I love to celebrate my birthday. So when I approached my 64th birthday in May of 2024, I decided I wanted to do something. I'm a bit of a Beatles fan, so I was like, this is the year that there's a whole song about my birthday, so I was really excited about that. Throwing caution to the wind, I found a beautiful little house in southeastern Missouri and set off to enjoy a long weekend with my regular traveling companions. We visited St. Genevieve and some beautiful parks and other places, but we've spent a lot of time just relaxing at the house. It was in a beautiful spot, and it had a patio with a fire pit. On the evening of my actual birthday, my friends and I sat on the patio, drinking margaritas and eating chocolate cake. That's kind of a tradition for my birthday as well. As I sat there that evening, looking up to the sky, I felt connected again, not just to my friends or my immediate surroundings, but to the wider world and beyond. I knew, in my bones, I knew that I belonged to the universe, that I was the universe, and so was Dee, as well as every other person I'd loved and lost, and they would always be there, and I felt happy. So what did I learn during those 9 months of my sabbatical? Honestly, I didn't learn a thing. I did, however, relearn or rather re-remember some valuable lessons that the universe had taught me at other times of great sorrow or difficulty in my life. First, love deeply and cherish your relationships. My friendship with Dee was special, and no one could or can ever take her place. But I have so many other dear friends, many of them in this church, and I don't think I would have made it to 65 without the love and support of my friends. Second, laugh a lot and never feel guilty about being happy or optimistic. Dee and I laughed all the time. She was a laid-back and genuinely happy person. And after every visit with her, I always felt lighter, more hopeful, more joyful. Third, while it's okay to make plans, try not to be too disappointed when things don't work out. Our lives are basically out of control, and always thinking ahead or looking to the future can get in the way of being alive. John Lennon said it best, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. I know every single person in this room, as well as online, has gone through a time in their lives, or perhaps you're going through something right now, where it feels like everything is falling apart. Everything is out of control. Or like me, everything has gone to hell. And here, my friends, here is the greatest lesson I have had to relearn and relearn and relearn and I promise myself every day that I'm going to remember. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to sit quietly and read a book. It's okay to close your eyes, even if only for a few minutes each day, and breathe deeply. And it's especially okay to take naps. We've heard several times from this pulpit how rest is a human right, and I really, really love that sentiment. I still struggle with this myself. I mean, I had lots of anxiety and thinking what ifs about this service, but it is essential that we take care of ourselves. I'd like to close with words from a song I learned many years ago when I was in a sacred women's circle that had its inception at the UU Fellowship in State College, Pennsylvania. I'm not going to sing this, but the words are, I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. As we go back into this frightening and uncertain world, please let's try to be gentle with each other, but more important, let's be gentle with ourselves. And remember, the universe has your back. Blessed be. So now it's time for our closing hymn, which is, please join us if you're able, rise if you're able, and sing Lean on Me, number 1021 in the teal hymnal.
It won't be long till I'm gonna need
Thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing that reflection. So now we're going to extinguish the flame. The words should show up on the screen, and you're welcome to join. You may have them memorized. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.